you are. Oh, no. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live training session here at vidIQ. I'm Dan, stepping in today for Liron. We do this every single week for folks who are brand new to vidIQ, new to our tools, or people who have been using our tools for a bit and just want to get better at them, want to know how to use them a little bit better. So what I'm going to be doing today is a couple of things. I'm here subbing in for Liron, but you're still going to be seeing him in a few moments when we launch and when we start the live training session. It's pre-recorded. He pre-recorded a whole presentation. In this presentation, we do a couple of things. One, we take you through a bunch of our tools, just about all of them, so you can use them to the best of your ability when you go out there to create your next video. In doing that, we also teach you just how to use YouTube and how to make better content, how to make content that's going to get seen by as many people as it could possibly get seen by. So what you're going to want to do is take some notes. Keep a pen and paper handy, or maybe an extra screen if you have that. Some way to just take some notes as you're going through this training so that you can leave today and get started right away. You can use all of these tips we're going to give you today. We're looking to give you not just one, but dozens of aha light bulb moments that you can go and say, wow, I never thought I could research this way with all these amazing tools. So that's what we do every week. And after that, I don't want you to leave right away and just go start making videos. As much as I want to encourage you to do that, I want you to stick around just a little bit longer as I come back after the pre-recorded training and answer some of your questions. I'll be here for about 30 minutes to an hour after the training concludes to take your questions, and hopefully I get to as many as I possibly can. So just to avoid any confusion, I did use the phrase pre-recorded. I'm live right now. There will be a pre-recorded segment coming up, and we pre-record it, one, so that if Liron has to go, we can still have something to show you. But two, so you guys can really focus on it. We don't want you trying to, watch this thing and then you're trying to ask questions. I'm communicating with people in chat as I'm giving the training, and it's just this whole confusing mess. Pre-recording it allows you guys to just focus solely on that. And as you're taking notes on the tips and stuff we're giving, also any questions you think of, please take notes of those as well. Because like I said, I'll be coming back live again to do the actual Q&A section. So save your questions to the end and focus as much as you can on just soaking in as much information as you can during the live training. Now, I want to start saying hello to some of you guys who have been here. We're already seeing people pile in, and a bunch of you were here before the stream even started. So thank you so much for that. Here's what I'm going to ask you. I want to know from you what your one goal is this year on YouTube. I'm sure you have plenty, but give me your number one goal this year on your YouTube channel. And that could be something as simple as I want to produce better thumbnails, or I want to stick to a more consistent upload schedule in 2021. Tell me your one goal, and I'm going to start saying hello to folks here in chat. So who do we got? A bunch of you are just saying hi, which is not a goal. Also, we have a lot of lovely and talented moderators on hand, making sure that we keep the chat nice, and we keep the chat from, spam. So please be sure to respect them and their wishes. vidIQ is here, of course, saying 1 million subs. That is one of our goals this year, and we think we can do it. MK Games says to get more subs. Bacon Slayers, love that name. One of my goals is to hit 100,000, or 100, I'm sure that is too, 1,000 subscribers and get better quality videos. Simple Smoothies would like to improve their editing. You already have the name down, so there you go. The legendary Nugget wants to hit 50 subscribers. Psycho Savior wants to hit 1K. All right, a lot of you are probably going for that goal of your first 1,000 subscribers. Meme Studio is 1K. TV Funny King is 1K. Paul Leo wants to get to 100. Now, we all know 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time is the bare minimum for YouTube monetization, so I'm guessing that's why a lot of you are pointing at 1,000. So I do wish you luck. Adore wants 5,000 subscribers. Wrinkled Oak is trying to get to 10,000, so I assume you're already over the 1,000 mark, which in that case, congratulations to you. That is awesome. Jackson would like 1K subscribers. Kashuik, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I'll do that. Global reach. That's a very interesting goal. And just on that subject of folks setting goals that are not simply a number of subscribers, that's, I think, a much better goal to have. Subscribers, we all want more subscribers. We all want to make sure our channels can be as big as possible, and we want to measure that with something that's just very clear. We can all point to it. The subscriber number is right there on the front page of our channel. If you get 100,000 of them, they send you a shiny play button. I mean, all of this stuff is very enticing. But what you really want, what 100 subscribers really means, what 100,000 subscribers really means, what any amount really means, is more reach, as they said, global reach, and more viewers in turn. Imagine having 100,000 subscribers. So that represents a good amount of people who know who you are already, who already are getting your videos into their feed, and they're going to your channels every single time you post something. So now every video you post has a lot of momentum. That's great. We all want that. But at the same time, what you should really be looking for is getting more views. And to get those views, you need better quality videos. So I love that you guys want to get 1,000 subscribers, and I support that completely. But I hope that we can, especially after the training today, think a little more broadly. What does it mean to get 1,000 subscribers? It means that you're going to be creating better quality videos with better titles, better thumbnails, and a lot of value, so that people who subscribe to you are more likely to come back. Nothing's worse than having 1,000 subscribers who don't watch your content. You know what I mean? It can be very demotivating. Like, I did it, I got to 1,000 subscribers, but along the way, maybe you're a gaming channel and you ended up playing 100 different games. So you got like 50 subscribers here for one game, and then you got another 100 subscribers here for another game. And by the time you got to 1,000, you've played so many games, you actually have all these little tiny audiences. And so your total views on any given video are still very relatively low. That happens. That happened to me. It happens. So hopefully after today's training, hopefully you're taking a lot of notes, and you come away with a lot of tips and strategies to grow your channels and grow them the right way. So like I said, a lot more of you were here before I had this whole spiel, so I'll say this again. In about 2-3 minutes, we're going to start a training session. Liron pre-recorded this training session, so another person will be occupying this box, and they will be going through our tools and in turn a whole bunch of YouTube tips, stuff that some of it you may have heard before and some of it might be brand new to you. Take notes, and take note of any questions you have. Save them to the end, because I'm going to come back after the pre-recorded section, and I'm going to answer those questions for about 30 minutes to an hour. So that is what we're doing today. And a lot of you here are still sharing your goals and everything else. Will it be uploaded to YouTube later? Asks Elite RC. Yes, you will get to watch this after it's done. We do leave it open so it stays on YouTube for you. And that also gives you a chance, if you miss the Q&A or anything, to come back and hear the different questions and things like that. So nice. Let's see. Any questions you guys have right now, be sure to write them down. Save them to that section of our live stream today. Thank you so much, Brendan Sparks, for the super chat. I just saw that coming in. I hope I don't miss any super chats here. What's interesting is I'm not having, oh, here we go. Okay. So Brendan Sparks, $4 super chat. Thank you. They're super sticky. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. So, all right. It's about that time to start our training. Remember what I said? Focus on this as much as you can. That's why we pre-recorded it. We're not going to be interrupting ourselves saying hello to, to any new subscribers or saying, hey, Brendan Sparks with that $4 super chat. All that stuff goes away when we, are doing the pre-recorded bit. So you guys can get as much out of it as possible. And then stick around, because I'm going to be answering your YouTube questions straight after that. So here we go. We're going to get that started right now. Thank you so much for being here. And best of luck to you on your YouTube channels. See you guys in a little bit for the Q&A.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello everybody, welcome and thank you for joining us for another vidIQ training session. My name is Liron. I am the Director of Customer Success here at vidIQ, which means that every day I work with creators big and small, helping them level up their channels, get more subscribers, more views in less time, and that's exactly what I'm going to do with you today. Now today is not about theory. It's not about making good thumbnails, because we know all of that, and if you missed out on any of that information, on the vidIQ channel, which you've just subscribed to if you haven't already. We have so much value, so many videos about those particular topics. You can go and consume them at your own time. But today it's not about that. Today it's about the practical steps. You know, the thing at vidIQ is a lot of us have our own channels. We're all creators, and therefore we understand the frustrations that you go through as a creator. We've all been there. We all know the frustration of filming a video, spending time editing it, uploading it, and then nothing happens, or a handful of views. Ridiculously frustrating and almost like demoralizing. Do I really want to do this YouTube thing? So that is what today's training is all about, the practical steps. Now, if you don't have vidIQ, that's perfectly fine. You can still hang out with us, no problem. If you are here as a way of saying thank you, in the description below, there's a link to the vidIQ tools. Go and download them, and then for the next 30 days, it will just unlock all the beautiful goodness that's in your channel. And believe it or not, there is goodness, and I'm going to show you how to tap into that. And that's what these tools are about. They're about unlocking that frustration, unlocking the goodness that you have, unlocking the way forward. How do you build your channel? How do you grow? How do you get your audience? And this is what I'm going to show you today. So YouTube is made up of 3Ds, and when you can unlock all 3 of those, that is when magic happens. That is when your channel really blows up. It happened to me. I can tell you from first-hand experience on my channel. So this is critical stuff, and that's why I want to share this with you. Very excited to do this. So the first D is all about discovery. If YouTube doesn't know about your latest creation, it could be absolutely mind-blowingly amazing. Well, it's not going to discover it. And therefore, people are not going to know about it. Therefore, people are not going to find it. And therefore, it's going to remain with very, very little views. And again, we're going to go deep into all of this. So the first D is about discovery. The second D is about delivery. Are you as a content creator delivering value to your audience? YouTube looks at that. So what I mean by that is, are you using clickbait to get people just to click and then they don't like it and they leave? Are people loving your content so they're watching so much more of us and they're commenting and giving you those thumbs up? That's important. And that's the second D. It's about delivering. And then finally, the third D is about distribution. When you get those first 2 right, YouTube looks at those signals and says, okay, got a video here. It's being loved by its own audience. Let me go and distribute this to a bigger audience. Let me go find a new audience for this video. Oh, and when that happens, that is when you get those fresh new eyes on those videos, and that is when your subscribers grow, and that is when your views grow. Okay, so where do all good YouTube videos begin? They begin in the kitchen. Of course, that's where all good YouTube videos begin, right? If I tell you right now, stop what you're doing, go to your kitchen, go to open up some random cupboards, take up some random ingredients, mix them all together, and then stick it in your oven, what are the odds that a beautiful pizza is going to come out of that? Probably not much, right? But if I tell you, hold on, don't grab random ingredients. I need you to grab the following. There's some tomato sauce, there is some flour, there is some eggs, there is cheese, there is olives, there is whatever. And I give you the steps, and I tell you these are the steps to get the dough going. And then you get the sauce, and then you get the cheese on top, and then stick it in the oven for this temperature, for this long. Then what are the odds of a beautiful pizza coming out? Beautiful and amazing. The way we all approach our videos is the first bit. We take our camera, we run out, we shoot hours and hours of video, we come home, we drop it onto our computers, we edit it, we copy and move scenes around, we add B-rolls, it looks amazing, we slap a title, slap a thumbnail, upload it, and then hope that something comes out of that. Hope that a beautiful pizza comes out of that and people love it. That's not going to work, is it? But that's why I want to focus today on the exact steps that you need to take to follow the recipe. Follow the YouTube recipe. Like we did with our pizza, I want to give you the exact those steps that you need to do for your next video. Okay, so it's going to get good. There's lots of information. It's going to come at you fast and furious. Again, if you don't have vidIQ, it's in the description below. Grab it before we get going. This will be available on the replay. So in case you missed anything, or I speak too fast, or you need more information, no problem. Don't worry, after this session is done, you can come back to this. Okay, so now that we have pizza in mind, and a lot of us are going to get hungry round about now, well, that's good motivation to go through this training with me. So you ready for this? Let's start off with making a video pizza. we're going to make a video about pizza. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my search bar. This is where I start. I start by putting in my word or my phrase, and the first thing I want to understand is the landscape. Now remember, we're using pizza here. Of course, this will work for absolutely anything else. I just want to show you an example we all understand because, well, you get this basically around the world. So let's have a look at this. So pizza is my key phrase. I'm going to make a video about pizza. I'm not really sure what yet, but I know that that's what I want to focus on. So vidIQ reveals a whole bunch of information. Highest view video, 28 million. Okay, that looks good. Top creator is a channel called Tasty. Okay, interesting. But look at this, volume. The volume here is 82. It's in the green. What does that mean? It means there's lots of people who are actually searching for our particular key phrase, our pizza key phrase. Do you go out and make a video immediately? No, because you got to look at competition. And you can see the competition is very high. What does that mean? Lots of people are searching for pizza related content, but there's also lots of channels, lots of videos delivering. So therefore, it's going to be very, very difficult to make a video just about pizza. So do we just give up? No. Here is where this tip comes into play. Now, this is important. This actually will change your research. We're going to do this. We're going to go out here to our search bar, and what we're going to do is the alphabet walkthrough. So, pizza space A, B, C, D. What is it showing you? It's showing me autocomplete. In other words, so many people have searched for the word pizza and dough recipe that YouTube makes it a little bit easier for the next person to start typing pizza space D. We assume they're going to go for this dough recipe. Oh, look, there it is. Dough without yeast. Pizza dough recipe without yeast. How does this help us? How does this help us as content creators? Well, this is a good indication of what people are searching for. If people are searching for pizza dough recipe without yeast, that gives us a beautiful direction for our video. We're going to make a video about pizza dough, and we're going to use the word dough, recipe, and yeast, because those seem to be the popular words. And remember, we're only on the D. E, F, G. Look how many titles come up here that you can actually use for your video. This is where you start really understanding YouTube search. So remember, YouTube is a search engine. What do you do in search engines? You ask questions. So don't forget, don't just do the A, B, C, D walkthrough. Go to the beginning of the phrase and then type in the what. What pizza looks like around the world? What's pizza to your body? What pizza is the best? What? Where? When? Why? How? Okay. And all of a sudden, look at this. How Pizza Hut makes pizza, how pizza rolls are made, how pizza is made in Domino's. What does it show you? It's telling you what people are currently searching for. Go and make your videos based on these. That's how you get those initial eyeballs, those initial reactions, because you're answering somebody's question. Autocomplete is a beautiful way to understand the YouTube algorithm and what people are currently searching for. If you can marry up a video title to a query, that is where you win. Remember, we're still in research mode, okay? So let's have a look at this video. This video, it says, the best homemade pizza you'll ever eat. Views, 19 million views on this. So by most indication, 19 million views is a good views for your video. I mean, we all would love 19 million views on our videos. But does that mean that this channel is winning? In other words, is this a good video for this channel? Because remember, this channel has got 18 million subscribers. So is 19 million views like a regular video for them? Or is it a real video for them? Well, let's find out. So 19 million views. Here is what the problem with views is. Views doesn't take time into account. In other words, this video was launched in 2018. Did it get all of its views right at the beginning, or did it take years to get to these numbers? Did it take a day, a month, a week, a year, 3 years? How many years did it take to get to this 19 million? Why is that important? Because it tells me about relevancy. Is this video relevant today? So, for example, the iPhone 1 or the Samsung Note 1 phone that came out. Now, I'm a tech geek, so I'm going to use technology examples. But let's just say that video came out of the iPhone 1. When it came out, millions of views on those videos. But is it still relevant today? That's the question. How many people are still searching today? If all you saw was that this video has got 19 million views and you went ahead and made a video all around this topic, well, you're going to be missing the boat here because this might not be relevant today. So what do? We'll show you something called VPH, views per hour. And essentially what views per hour is, it's telling me right now how many people are watching this video. So as you can clearly see, there is still lots and lots and lots of interest in this particular video, in this particular title. And in fact, if you look at historical trends, you can see it was doing okay, and all of a sudden, boom, a big surge. It's obviously the times that we're in, people are interested in making homemade pizza, and therefore this video is getting all that beautiful momentum. So remember, evergreen content. This is another example of something that was live in 2018. And look, it just was okay, and now it just picked up traction. So very important to remember the evergreen content. So when you launch a video, don't panic straight away if it doesn't get those beautiful views. You just never know when your time will come. This is 2 years later, and look at those numbers. Beautiful, just popping. So again, a total number of views doesn't indicate if it's a good video today. So we show you views per hour. Very, very important. The next thing we look at is, did they use any Reddit? So there's a couple of Reddit instructions, a little bit of Facebook going on here. But look at this. This is beautiful. This tells me that, remember I asked you earlier, 19 million views on a channel with 18 million subscribers. Is this okay or not? Is this a great video, a bad video? Well, we'll tell you that. The compare views in the first 28 days tools is exactly the tool that you need. Because if you have a look at this, you say, this video, I want to compare it to this channel's average. This channel's average is a little pink at the bottom. This video is the one in blue. After 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 7 days, so now we can see. After 7 days, this channel typically gets 122,000 to 194,000 views on a video. But this video got a 2.6 million views in the first 7 days. What does this tell me? It's telling me this is an outlier video. This is an exceptional video. And therefore, I am absolutely going to research this video, the title, the thumbnail, the description, the tags that they used. Look what it's ranking for. I want to understand all of this so that I can make my video as close to this as possible. If YouTube is currently suggesting this video and it's an outlier video for this channel, well, I am one to be able to get in on that. Now, this video tells you more. This tool tells you more. Not just this channel's average. You can actually look at your channel's average. So this video compared to your own channel's average. This video compared to the last video you watched. Any video, any playlist, any channel, and then the competitor's average. And I'll show you that shortly as well. So very, 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 very powerful tool. It tells you exactly what you need to know. This is a good video. Lots of views per hour. Trending topic. Still relevant today. I am absolutely going to investigate this if I was making a pizza video. Remember, we're still in research mode. We're still in the first D, that first D of being discovered. So we may have some title ideas. What about thumbnails? What should we be going after? Well, in research mode, we still want to be discovered. We go to the vidIQ tools on the left-hand side, and there's something called competitors. Click on that, and this essentially loads up all the people who are doing similar stuff to you in your industry. This, for us, this is the people that we work with, people that we attend events with, other YouTube teachers here, and we want to understand what's going on. Now, why is it important? Because YouTube knows that we don't watch one video about one item and then go make a buying decision. We watch multiple videos about the same item. Therefore, what we want to understand is what's going on in the industry. What are our competitors doing? Remember, this is sorted by views per hour. So I can see which topic is getting more attention. I want to see what their thumbnails are like. Are they still good, lots of text, still faces? What's their titles? Are they long titles? Are they short titles? All this gives me good indication. Am I still on the right track? Now remember, in your industry, it's going to be different people. You have to load up yourselves, the people that you look up to, people you want to work with. And when you see it, you start getting a good picture and a good idea. Now I'll tell you what else it does. YouTube is all about trends. YouTube knows that when a trend comes out, it becomes a hot topic, people are talking about it, people are researching it, and therefore it's going to serve more and more content. So imagine in this industry, if we saw that everybody's talking about a specific topic, a specific YouTube tool, maybe something new has come out, and our competitors have started talking about that, well, of course, we're going to understand that, and we want to get in on that action as well. In your industry, it's going to be exactly the same. Maybe everybody is starting to talk about the upcoming big vacation or the upcoming big holiday in your country. Maybe it's Mother's Day, whatever it may be. If people are starting to talk about it, it means the industry is starting to talk about that particular holiday. In other words, search results are coming in. In other words, you can start jumping on this. So it's a good way to keep an eye on your competitors, keep an eye on what they're doing, what are they saying, what do they look like, and is there anything that you need to change? Don't go and copy them, because obviously that's not a good strategy, but go and understand what's going on. Know your competitive landscape. Very, very important. So that is competitors. Go and load up a whole bunch, and the value here is insane, especially when it comes to trend. Because trend is where it's at, the next tool I'm going to show you is called the Trend Alerts. Now, Trend Alerts, this is very important. Trend Alerts changes your channel. Here is why. You give it an alert name, and then you say, here's my keyword. So basically what I'm saying to vidIQ is anytime somebody makes a video with this keyword in from any of these competitors or from the whole of YouTube, when that video gets more than, let's just say, 1,000 views per hour, remember, per hour, not in total. When that video gets more than 1,000 views per hour, each week, send me a report that looks like this. Now, why is this important and how does this change channels? Well, what will end up happening is you'll see that a certain style of video has gone from 1,000 views per hour to 5,000 views per hour to 10,000 views per hour. Okay, something is happening. Something's happening over there. I need to understand that. Because it's going to be your keyword, so it's going to be related to your industry. You know what those big keywords are. And as soon as you see them, you know that you want to jump in on that action and get in on the trend really, really, really early on. So many channels have changed completely because they realized that a certain keyword has become hot, is just starting to roll. They've seen channels go from 500 views per hour on a video to 1,000 views per hour on a video to 5,000 views per hour on a video. Well, it means there's a big hunger for that keyword. Could I make a video with that keyword? Could I make on that topic? And if you can jump in on those trends really, really, really early on. Remember, we're still in the D for discovery. We've done our research. We've done the what, where, when, how. We've done the alphabet walkthrough with our keywords. We have seen which are cool videos. We've marked them so we know to go back to them and research them. We've seen what our competitors are doing, our trend alert sets. The next thing is most viewed. And essentially what most viewed is everything that's going on that's happening on YouTube right now. Now, before you tell me, yes, there is the trending page, very well aware of it, but this is different. Do you know why? Because this sorts out the hot videos on YouTube sorted by views per hour. This video is getting 300,000 views per hour. This video is 146,000 views per hour. So why is this important? Well, first of all, you're in the YouTube game. You need to know what's working on YouTube as a whole, even when it's out of your niche. And here you can see that certain topics are working really, really well. What's the thumbnail like? How clean is it? How much text is there? What is their titles? Is it long? Is it short? All these questions you need to be asking all the time so you can understand how clean these are. Look at this, just something I can pick up immediately. There's no text. Look at that, very little text, if any. Big bright colors, and these are kids content, and they're still doing well on YouTube. Again, even this, Chadwell Clay, great channel, no text. Marquez Brownlee to do with technology. The only text here is the $3.99 the price. You're learning all the time from what's going on. Now you can take it a step further. What you can say is, look, love this guy, but he's got a channel with millions and millions of subscribers. It's nowhere near where I am. No problem. You go down here to channel subs and you can change it. You can say, show me only channels that are in the bronze, 10 to 100,000 subs, or 100,000 to 1,000,000 subs, something closer to your world, so that you can learn what's working in that industry, in that subscriber range, and make videos accordingly. You can also do research here with search terms, the various categories, the various countries, and all of this helps you with being discovered. And that's the most important thing. Doing that research before you touch that camera, before you rush out and spend hours of your life making a video that is not going to get those views. Spend the time rather doing this here. Okay, so we've seen the videos. We've looked at our competitors. We have done our research. We've looked at what's trending. We've looked at what's working on the whole of YouTube. We looked at it in our research mode. We're now armed. We go and create our video. Okay, now that we've got our video, what do we do next? Okay, so you've done your video, you've uploaded it, and now it's time to feed it all that beautiful, juicy information in your titles, your descriptions, your tags, and your thumbnail. So let's look at these tools. The most important thing for me when it comes to YouTube is the thumbnail and the title in combination. Not in isolation, but together. Why? Well, here's what happens. When somebody's doing a search on YouTube, they perhaps will scroll down and your thumbnail has one mission: to get them to stop and go, "Oh, what's that?" And then they glance over and they look at your title. And together, they're either going to decide to click or not to click. A great thumbnail with a rubbish title is not enticing enough, and vice versa. An amazing title, but with a thumbnail that doesn't get somebody's attention, also not good enough. They're not going to stop and click, but it's got to work together. So this is one of the greatest tools. I love this completely. It's called Preview in Search Results. This is brand new, and this will be a game changer as well. So what do? We want to understand how will my video look like when other people are doing a search. So let's just say the question is how to get 1,000 subscribers. So let's write that in. How to get 1,000 subscribers. And I'm going to say preview and search. Now look what's going to happen. We're going to come up here. This is the video. And this shows me the videos, other videos in this industry. Now we're very lucky because our next video is actually a vidIQ video. So I am asking myself the question, will this thumbnail get people to stop and click compared to the other videos around it? That is beautiful. Also, I get to see everybody else's titles. I can make changes right here. And not only can I make changes to the title, I can click on preview changes and it would actually change it right here as well. So now I can constantly am optimizing my video to be discovered. So remember I said it's your thumbnail and your title in combination, because that's going to get someone to stop what they're doing like this and go, "Oh, what's this? That is colorful. That's got text, got information. I want to click on that." Now remember, it shows it to me on the search screen, but we all know that home screen is pretty big on YouTube too. That's where a lot of people are finding their information. So now it shows me, look what my icon looks like, my graphics look like on the home screen. Look how it just stands out. All the colors. And that's why people click on this video. And again, I can see this on desktop, I can see this in tablet mode, and I can see it on mobile as well. I want to make sure I'm continuously optimizing my search results, because this is where you win. It's about understanding what your thumbnail and your title look like together compared to the people above you and the people below you. Because as soon as you can get someone's attention with an amazing thumbnail and a great title, this is where you win the click. I love those preview results. Go ahead and use them continuously. You can search for any phrases. We can optimize it here. How to get 100 subs. Let's just say that's get the results there. Okay, now you can see we're very similar to this. So if I was going after the first 100 subs, I will perhaps not use the same thumbnail because it's too similar to this. I would use, another vidIQ one. See how different that is? And that's what you want. How to stop somebody's attention to be able to go, wow, what is this? Click. Now, remember that YouTube knows what your video is about. It's got enough AI systems to understand the content. It's automatically captioning your videos. So it's got all this data. So title and descriptions and your tags simply augment what YouTube already knows. It makes sure that it allocated it correctly. So we always want to write for humans. Don't try keyword stuff this with lots of keywords just to try and get YouTube algorithm to jump around. That used to work back in the day. It does not work anymore because YouTube's smarter than that. So write for people. Write in a way that somebody will want to click. Your description. Put some effort into your description. So give a great opening line because that's the preview line that people will see. And then now timestamps. Make sure you spend time putting in timestamps. YouTube is experimenting with new features. There's things like chapters. We're going to see more and more of this come into play, especially as we go towards voice. So make sure that you put in timestamps into your videos, helping YouTube help you. So when someone on Google does a quick search of how to double down on quality or quantity, well, maybe this is a good enough phrase that YouTube will recommend this video. So you need to spend time and effort in here. So which keywords do you use? Well, this is where tags come in. So whilst tags aren't as important as they used to be, you absolutely still need to be using tags. So you start typing here, Mother's Day. And here you can already see a whole bunch of Mother's Day related tags that pop in here. So let's select this one, but watch this. Okay, click into here. Now we've got a whole wealth of information. Now what we can see here is Mother's Day gift ideas, but look at this. We also show you the related keywords. We show you the most used keywords, the search volume, the competition, the overall score, and all of these are basically searchable and indexable so that you can go through and say, well, which tags do I want to use? Mother's Day gift looks like a good one, and simply click on the plus button and it will add that tag. All of this information simply helps your video to get better classification. And even though tags by themselves don't matter, when you feed the beast, it helps you with your videos. So many people are just ignoring tags altogether, and that is a big, big mistake. It's all about building those relationships between your videos and other videos, other search results, and tags help you do that. Okay, so use your tags. Now, the big thing here is, when do you make your video public? When do you launch your video? So YouTube looks at various factors. And when it knows about your video, it knows the content, it knows what your title is, it knows what your thumbnail's like. What it doesn't know, if it's a good or a bad video, it has no idea. So it looks for signals. And one of those signals is, do people watch when you make it public? So the best way to do that is to launch your video during a time where people are actually online. So this tool tells you that. Best time to publish, broken down by day. And it knows that if I'm going to launch a video on a Wednesday, my audience happens to be online between these times. So I should probably launch my video just before that, so to get all that upwards traffic as people are joining. This is an important signal. If you make your video available and people are watching it instantly, YouTube says, oh, there must be value here because people are watching, and they're watching for more than 50%. So I want to be able to translate that into maybe trying with another audience. And that's where distribution starts to happen, because YouTube is getting all these glorious signals to say that this is a good quality video. And that is how you unlock distribution. So launch your video when your public is online. And a good ninja tip here is, try not to launch whenever you can schedule a video. What I mean by that is, you can schedule a video to launch on the hour, or every half an hour, or even every 15 minutes. Or so 9, 9:15, 9:30, for example. But if you launch your video at 9:48, it's such a weird time that no other companies schedule their videos to launch at that, because you can't. So now you have an opportunity to stand out amongst those notifications. Less notifications, more odds, the odds are much better that your subscriber actually gets the notifications. So just a little bonus tip there. As we scroll further down, a lot of vidIQ SEO scores that are right here. We've even got the checklist. Let me make sure that I've done everything. Have I got a card? Have I got an end screen? We don't enable monetization, so I'm obviously going to see the X. Have I shared it on Twitter, made it public, etc.? So we're just keeping you on track, a nice little running track to make sure that you're ticking all the right boxes and ticking all the right marks here. Okay, so we've done our research. We're going to get discovered. We've done the first D. The second D is that we have now launched our video. We've launched it at the right time, And now we hope it's up to YouTube to distribute that video as much as possible. We're obviously going to help it along with social media and our own efforts to get the video seen, but we're hoping the YouTube algorithm kicks in. Well, YouTube rewards people that deliver. So it's quality over quantity. How do we know if you're delivering? Well, this is where this tool comes in. It's called the Channel Audit Tool. Now, this is the tool I was missing when I was building up my YouTube channel, because I needed something that I can push a button that will tell me what's working and what isn't working. I don't know about you, but I don't want to spend 10 hours of my day trying to decipher little numbers and exporting reports from YouTube Analytics to try to work out what's working and what isn't. I want to push a button, and this is what this does. The channel audit does exactly that. It says, okay, over the last 30 days, is my channel growing or shrinking? So I can see views, subscribers, watch time. If it's going up, great. If it's going down, why? Did maybe I have a viral video last month and don't have one this month? Okay, so I understand. So it gives me that information. The next thing I want to look at is content to double down on. And essentially what that means, this is content that you need to make more of. People love this content. It's broken down into views per hour. Which videos are giving me views per hour? How many views per hour does each one of these videos give me? What's the engagement rate? What's the views? Subscribers gained. How many subscribers per 1,000 views? So it gives me an idea of what's bringing in my subscribers to my channel. And now I know that if people are loving this content, make more of this content. Simple as that. And down here, total watch time, average watch time, top retention. These are the stuff that YouTube loves. And YouTube rewards you for it. So if you can mix these together, find the trend on your channel and see what works and make more of that, you'll very quickly discover these certain elements that your channel that people love and these certain channel stuff that they don't love. So for example, in how to make the best pizza recipes, maybe you're going to make 5 different pizza recipes, and every time you use the word pepperoni, it doesn't rank up here. Because you know what? People didn't love that. Where do you see it? In the content that could use work. This is the stuff that didn't really work too well. Well, why not? Lowest average watch time, lowest retention, lowest like ratio, lowest views, videos losing subs. What does that mean? Well, people didn't really engage with our content. Why not? Do we just not make it? No, we go and we understand why that these things not work. What's going on here? Could we do something better to improve it? So things are always going to be up here. So pepperoni lands up down here. Don't make pepperoni recipes. Only make the stuff that works up here. Now another section in the middle is called the top search terms. What are people searching to get to your channel, to get the information? What are the click rates for your end screen? The card click rates. What does this? All this tells you? Well, these are the search terms. So if I make more videos with these search terms, guess what? More views, more subscribers. End screens. You can see how when I'm referring to certain elements in my end screens, they're working better than other end screens. The call to subscribe on our end screen isn't really working. We're not getting much out of this. But best for viewer seems to be doing a lot better. Channel seems to be doing a lot better. On your cards, polls, look at this. 71% of people are engaging in polls. We're going to make more polls. Playlist is doing okay. Not so bad, but not as good as polls. So we're going to use more polls in our videos. So you see how all this information really helps you understand the second D. Are you delivering? Because when you deliver, that is when distribution happens. And remember, this is for 30 days. We can even drop it down to 60 and 90 days. I always look at this on my personal channel between 30 days, and then I look at it at 90 days. I want to smooth out any highs, smooth out any lows, and just get an idea of what's actually working. So I look at my content to double down on, look for those trends, what are the search terms, and what didn't work so well. Down here, well, I see a little bit of information. I'm using a lot of characters, but look down here, items to improve upon. Here it says to me, okay, there's videos without cards. 12 videos don't have an end screen, and 6 videos are not added to a playlist. I can go into each one of these and instantly fix it straight from here. So it always keeps a good housekeeping in check. Channel Audit Tool is It's almost your savior. It's the best thing that you need for your channel because it's the unemotional version that tells you what's working and what isn't working. So now, we have done the first D. We have been discovered. We have done the second D. We are delivering. We're spending lots and lots of time in our channel audit tool to understand what's working and what isn't working. And we're constantly giving our audience the stuff that's working. They're loving it. They're giving us subscribers and they're giving us views. That is what it's all about. And when you do that well enough, once you spend a lot of time doing this, you're going to go into your achievements and you're going to start unlocking achievements. We've unlocked the 500,000 subscriber achievement. And don't worry, this is customized for your channel. So if you haven't hit a certain achievement, don't think you have to wait till 500,000. But now, why this is important? Because when you unlock an achievement, it generates a certificate. And this certificate is a great way to help build your audience. Here is why. When you have an achievement and you share it on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, wherever you share it, people are going to say, wow, I'm part of this journey. Your audience is part of that journey. They love being part of people's journeys. They retweet, they like, give you a shout out for being successful. Well done. And that grows your community because other people see this and go, oh, I don't know about this vidIQ channel. Let me go check it out. There must be lots of value. This is social proof that everything works and has come together beautifully for you. So spend some time in your achievement. Understand what you're breaking into. Share those certificates. Be excited about it. And then look at your top performing months. What are your targets? Use that as a bit of a motivational thing. Can I reach my goals? How many more days am I away from reaching my next milestones? We take care of all that for you so that you are proud to share your successes. And when you do, make sure you tag vidIQ on your social media, so we're happy to retweet. We're happy to celebrate in your success and your milestones.
All right, I did not recapture my video source, so give me give me 1 second here. We're about to jump into Q&A as soon as I recapture my video source. I do hope you guys got a lot out of that, and I hope you're ready with lots of questions. I'll be here for the next 30 minutes to an hour answering all of your YouTube-related questions. Here we go. Here's me, and let me just make myself fill up the screen a little bit better. Look at this. Live streaming, right? Okay, cool. Well, thank you everybody for sitting there and taking notes. I did say take some notes, and that was a lot of information, as you saw. So I hope you did. At the very least, I hope you wrote down some questions. I saw some really great questions in chat, and I asked you guys to kind of keep an eye on those, like pin them for yourselves so you can come back and I can answer them for everybody. It really helps, and the vidIQ account is saying this right now. If you start with hashtag question, all caps does help too. I can better spot your questions, and that will help us all, I think, because I can identify when someone's talking to me rather than just you guys talking amongst yourselves. So let's see. Someone whose name I can't read asks, how can you rank first on search results as a small channel? See, that's an ambitious goal, I would say. So let's say you just started YouTube today and you want to rank first for something. Basically, you got to do something that nobody's done before, in the most daunting way I could say it. Now, that's kind of vague because you could rank first in, let's say your title is such a way where it's a title no one's used before. And if you type it exactly that way into YouTube, yeah, you'll rank first for that title. That can happen. I would focus less on ranking first. We all want to do that, but as a smaller channel, worry about providing value. There's a topic you're covering on your channel, and there's people out there who are asking questions about that topic. Can you answer those questions in simple, searchable videos? Remember the part of the training we just saw where Liron showed you at the very beginning? He said, okay, we're going to make a pizza video. So he went through pizza A, pizza B, pizza D, and in the autocomplete, we get to see what people are actually typing in on a regular basis, regular enough to where YouTube puts that in the autocomplete for us. Try it with a word you've never searched for before. And just start looking at all the different autocomplete terms. So you saw how to make like pizza dough come up. And that's because people are literally trying to figure that out all the time. And then let's say you are trying to make a video about how to make pizza dough. You want to make the best one possible. If I'm in the kitchen and I'm trying to cook something, I don't want to watch a 20-minute video of somebody trying to make pizza dough. I need to know how to make it. I got ingredients I've covered in flour. The oven's on. Like, I want this information quickly. So maybe you find the 20-minute video doing relatively well and you go, I can do that video in 5. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to stand out amongst the crowd. I want to answer a question. I forget who it was from now, but someone asked if they should be putting timestamps in their videos. Now, what that does, you've seen us do it here at vidIQ, I'm sure. What it does is it takes the timeline at the bottom of a video and actually breaks it up into chapters. So you, as the viewer, can start to jump from chapter to chapter to chapter. And we've been doing this for all of our videos. And I highly, highly recommend taking advantage of this because it's a feature for the viewer. And the more convenience you can provide a viewer, the better the results. In my opinion, yes, there's a little bit of a fear, right? Like, well, if people are jumping around my video, that's less watch time for me, right? And if that's less watch time, does my retention go down? But when people are so engaged in your video that they're actually interacting with it, it's my belief that you're actually improving your engagement because people are engaging with your content. So don't be afraid to do that. If your video calls for timestamps, if it's broken up in such a way where the viewer can benefit from those timestamps, absolutely put timestamps. If your video is really short, like a couple minutes long, and it's like maybe a meme or something like that, not every video is going to need timestamps. But if you feel like the viewers could benefit from them, absolutely put them in. Remember that people, especially when you're teaching somebody something, might have to come back to your video to be reminded. And if they know exactly what section that the information they seek is in, they can just click right to it. That's going to be amazing for you. That's going to show YouTube that your content's so valuable, people watch it again. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's go with some of the questions we're seeing here. I see MK Games. What does it mean when people watch your videos but not subscribe? How to make people subscribe? Well, a lot of people, there's different metrics out there for how many videos it takes to get somebody to subscribe. And I've heard a lot of people say it takes 3 to 5 videos. So to get people to subscribe, for one, you got to provide value. All that stuff I've already basically said a minute ago. But it's important to link your videos together in a playlist. And it's important to keep people on your channel as much as possible. It can be a challenge, but if you can do it, if you can get people to come back to your channel multiple times, they have a better chance of subscribing because they realize this is like the 5th time I've seen this guy in this relevant content that I'm always searching for. I ought to subscribe. That's why we tell you guys to keep your channel focused. I know you have games in the name of your channel, so I assume you're a gaming channel. So are you a gaming channel that plays one game? Because if you play one game, you have a better chance of people coming back to your channel if they know that you're the guy who's playing this game that they love and you're playing it in a way that they love. So if they type in the name of that game and then maybe whatever relevant keyword phrase that goes with it, and they find you again, there's a really good chance they're going to subscribe. Like, wow, again, this guy with the videos I love and I need. Cool, subscribe. So that's what you want. You want to get people to subscribe because you're making content that they are constantly, they can't deny it. Like, you're the person. You're the person. You won them over. All right, yeah, most of the time, says MK Games. Most of the time, you're a gaming channel, I think is what I'm picking up there. Or you play one game. See if you can narrow that down. If you watch my latest video about how to start a gaming channel, I say exactly this. Take all of the games you feel like you can make good content out of and choose one of them, the one you think you can make the most content out of and have the most fun doing it. Take all the other games you love and use them to unwind. Use at the end of a long day of making videos or school or work, use those to unwind. Focus your channel as much as possible. It will make a huge difference. All right, so I know there's a lot of you here probably not just gaming channels, so I'm not going to only talk about gaming channels. We have Joe Aquina. How come some videos with the same title as me have more views? Even though I have more subscribers, do thumbnails play a role? Yes. That is one. So you've already kind of identified your situation. You pointed out thumbnails, so I'm going to pick on those for a minute. If you feel like your thumbnails they could be better, that is probably what's going on. So if YouTube, let's say someone types in a search and your video shows up and a few other videos show up, maybe there's one above you, one below you, you're not the first result, but you're certainly not below the fold. It will go down to thumbnails, and it will go down to run times. Sometimes people like me, I look for videos that are going to tell me what I need to know in the shortest amount of time if I'm like trying to ask a question, or sometimes I want a 20-minute video if I just want to kick back and like chill and watch someone do something. So runtime plays a role, the title plays a role, the thumbnail plays a role. Your title and your thumbnail should complement each other well. And if you feel like you need to make better thumbnails, invest the time. Invest the time in learning how to make better thumbnails. It's an art form. It literally is. There's nothing I can sit here and say, hey, this makes a good thumbnail. Always do this in your thumbnails. We tell people not to use text. However, some channels have to use text. Some niches out there just only benefit from text. So figure out the best practices for your thumbnails, and then figure out your software you use. I use Photoshop, but it took me a long time I haven't mastered Photoshop, but it took me a long time to master Photoshop in that I can make a competent thumbnail now. Are they the best thumbnails ever created? No. I understand my limitations. I accept it. I do the best job I possibly can, and I always try to take some time and watch a tutorial. I work here at vidIQ, and I edit a lot of videos. I create a lot of content, and sometimes I realize, you know what? This part of my editing process is kind of slow. Maybe it's my workflow. Maybe I could get better at that. I'm investing the time to get better at that because it's going to make me better at my job. I'm going to be able to make videos faster, and I'm going to be able to get more done in a day. So everything you do, and this just goes for life in general, takes a little bit of investment on your part. You need to invest in education. Sometimes you need to invest in tools, good microphones, things like that. So keep that in mind. Thumbnails do play a huge role in that. Eden Mazar asks how to use tags correctly. Just focus on keyword phrases rather than just one word. Use both. But so what I do with tags is I take the title of my video exactly as it is, and I copy and paste it as the first tag. It doesn't have to be first, is what I do. And then from there, I use vidIQ's tools to help recommend me relevant keyword phrases. Let's say you spend 20 minutes on your title, researching it and everything. And then I would say if you spend 20 minutes on your title, spend about 10 to 15 on your description, and spend about 5 on your tags. I would spend the least amount of time in that process on your tags because they're not as impactful as they used to be. But certainly fill out that bubble for sure. Don't let the tags sit empty either. I'm going to scroll to the most current questions here. Okay. I see from Cobra Gamer, I'm getting 25% impression click rate and good audience retention. But still, YouTube only gives about 40 to 50 impressions of my video, and my views decreasing badly from 200 to 250 to now. So on average, you get about 2 to 250 views, but now you're getting 30 to 40 views. So something is happening for Cobra Gamer where, yes, when people find your content, they're 25% likely to click on it. Like 25% of people click on it. That's great. But you're just not getting as many impressions. Here's what I'm going to ask you, and this is... I give a lot of very direct, very hard advice sometimes, things people don't want to hear, because these are things that I don't want to hear. Are you playing a game that's just falling out of vogue, popularity? Are you playing a game that it had its time, people were excited about it when it came out, and now it's kind of, the viewership is just kind of drifting away? If you were to go to my channel right now and scroll into my history a little bit, you would find a game called Mechanica. And I was applying a lot of strategies to this game. I dedicated my channel to it because I was making a bet on it. I thought, you know what? I'm not doing anything with my channel right now. I'm going to play this game. And if it does well, I'm going to make my channel just about this one game. And you'll see that at first it did very well. It got a lot of views, and all my retention on those videos was good. Things were awesome. And the more videos I posted, and I wasn't making an episodic Let's Play Mechanica, episode 1, 2. No, wasn't doing that. Every single video had a focus. It was about something that would help the audience, because Mechanica is a complex game. It's not very popular, so I'll tell you about it a little bit. Basically, it's an open world sandbox game. You can build stuff and all these things, but it has a programming element where you can make these traps, and the enemies in the game, these robots that attack you, can trigger them in all these different fun ways. But the programming elements could be a bit complicated. So I went out of my way to learn about them and then make videos on how to program the machines in the game to do certain things. And my videos were doing well. I was very competitive in the space. I was amongst YouTubers with channels over 100,000 subscribers, and I was getting views that were competing with them, So I was feeling really, really good about it. But eventually I was posting videos and I was getting, a couple thousand views, maybe 1,000 views, maybe 500 views. Once I got into like the 1 to 200 view range, after being in the thousands, I was kind of like, what's going on? And I just had to do some research and investigating, and my conclusion was that Mechanica had its time, and because it's early access, maybe the marketing behind it isn't great, I don't know, people just stopped searching. People just weren't searching for Mechanica anymore. It had I had a loyal audience of a couple hundred people. Certainly nothing. Not nothing, I mean. That's a lot of people. But I knew that wasn't what's the headroom on Mechanica? Am I going to reach my goals on YouTube if only a couple hundred people ever look for these videos? It's face facts. No. So I had to pivot. So I said all that, and I don't know what kind of gaming channel you are. Maybe you're Minecraft. And you're like, that doesn't apply to me because I'm playing one of the most popular games in the world. Well, then you have a lot of competition. Now, maybe there was a trend in Minecraft you were following that's falling out of vogue. Now, not enough people are playing Bed Wars anymore, for example. And now you have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what's the next trend. What's the next game for you? So hopefully that helped. Not just you, but a lot of gaming channels here. Lil NL, recognize you. You've changed your name. Nice. Question. I see lots of people putting a huge bunch of words in the description that say they are tags. Do they actually help your video get discovered? So if I'm understanding your question right, you're saying you're seeing a bunch of people put a block of words in their description as their tags to try and maybe SEO jiu-jitsu their descriptions. We always tell people not to do that. YouTube is smarter than that. That and Liron says this in his training too. All that kind of stuff used to work. Now it doesn't. YouTube's trained its AI. Things in your description should be human readable. If you want to put a block of text of a bunch of keyword phrases, that's what the tags are for. If you're just going to replicate that in your description, that's not going to do anything for you. I'm not saying it's going to take your video and YouTube's going to go, no, you can't do that, and then, knock it down. But what it is going to do is waste time and valuable real estate. You can use your description and actually tell people about your video in a human readable way. Think of it this way. Like if you go to Google and you start typing in very specific questions and stuff like that, and you find a video and the title doesn't match your search, you're like, how did this video come up? I typed in these words, but the title doesn't match it at all. Maybe it's because in their description, a phrase similar to that was in the description. Maybe in the video itself, because YouTube does listen to what we say in our videos and adds captions for us. Maybe they said that phrase that was typed into Google. Like, you can be human readable, and the AI is smart enough to get it to where it needs to go. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't put a block of text for no reason in your description. It's just wasting space. All right, so I'm gonna look and scroll to the bottom here. Cruel asks, I'm struggling to find trendy content within my niche. Entertainment with challenges and community is the niche we're talking about. Entertainment with challenges and community. To get searchable content, any tips? Okay. Here's the problem with the niche that was just described to me. You describe your channel as entertainment with challenges and community. So it's not entertaining challenges for a community. It's three different things. It's entertainment all with challenges. So maybe these are entertaining challenges, or maybe you're doing two different things. And then community. Are you challenging your community to do things? Like, and I'm not, this is more rhetorical. I'm not looking specifically for an answer. It's kind of, what I'm trying to say is, I think your niche isn't niche enough. I think it's very vague. Everything on YouTube provides some kind of value, whether it's educational or entertainment. And entertainment is not enough of a niche. In entertainment, we see entertainment channels every week on our channel audit live streams on Tuesdays. That was yesterday. We did one, and you can go back and watch, or you can wait till the next one. We always see channels that like describe themselves as entertainment channels. I would like to think my channel is an entertainment channel, and we're vidIQ is an educational channel, but we try to be entertaining as well. It's too broad. So maybe you're going, no. It's specific. I make these entertaining Minecraft videos where it's always doing these epic challenges, and I do them on community servers. Maybe to you it's really specific, but your description to me doesn't really say that. So I can't really help you come up with trending ideas because I don't really know what you're doing on your channel. And if you can't really answer that question for yourself, you're always going to struggle to figure out what kind of tips or what kind of content should I make. And I hope that, and maybe I'll find another question from you coming up here in a bit that explains a little bit more, but find a way to tell somebody, give somebody the elevator pitch of your channel. If you can't explain what your channel is in 3 words, you might need to address a different problem. You know what I mean? So, all right. I'm seeing a lot of spam. If you guys have a question that I missed, you're okay to copy it again and put it back, but give me a little bit. I'm scrolling up and down the chat. I'm seeing people just kind of spam, and our moderators are very busy. So please, I will actually ignore your questions if you're going to just over and over and over and over and over, okay? I want to give you that fair warning now before you get slapped down by a moderator. Okay. This isn't a question, but I just see this. This just jumped out at me. Cool time lapse. It says, I lost motivation for YouTube. There's always a problem. I'll tell you a bit of a personal story. I'm part of, or I was part of a group of content creators. And we're all friends. We still chat sometimes. And some of those content creators in the group had a very negative opinion about YouTube. And I'm not saying their concerns or complaints were invalid, but I found what it did to me was really I fed off that energy, and I really felt negative about YouTube. And this was way before vidIQ. This was ages ago. I really was feeling negative about YouTube. If YouTube would make a change and I would go into that chat that we had and they were all upset about it, I would also be upset about it. You know what I mean? I would just start to think, yeah, you're right. And it was demotivating. If you're getting hung up on these things that people at large are getting upset about, it will be demotivating. And that goes for anything, not just YouTube. So all I can say to anyone who feels demotivated sometimes because of decisions YouTube makes that are completely beyond your control, try and keep in mind that it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you're angry about YouTube doing something and you feel like it's going to impact your channel, and you let that affect your ability to make content, it will impact your channel. My challenge to you is not to let it. It's okay to follow the news and be upset when YouTube is doing something you don't like. And it's important after that initial, sorry, the cat's here bumping in the mic if you hear that. If you are upset about it, it's important to use that energy and go, okay, I need to learn from this. I need to adapt to it. So hopefully that's helpful to you. It's about, for me, it was just spending less time in our group conversation about YouTube woes, and it's not that I dislike those people or we're not friends anymore. It's just that I tried to counterbalance the negative things they were saying with more positive things. Like, yes, it stinks that YouTube implemented this change, but they also did this, and that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Hopefully that does help you. All right, so let's look for some questions again now that moderators helped us get everything under control. Thank you so much, Cal, and this is the only moderator I see in front of me right now, but I know there's a bunch of you here today. Thank you so much. vidIQ gives you an SEO score. What is the score determined? I lost the question. Give me 1 second. Oh no, I lost it. Oh, what is the score determine/predict? So the SEO score, if I'm remembering which tool you're referring to, is simply making sure it kind of keeps you honest. Hey, are you utilizing all the different spaces that YouTube has? If you leave tags blank, you'll get a lower SEO score. If you don't put enough tags, you'll get a lower SEO score. Does it mean that you need to fill up every single character just to get a higher score? Not necessarily. Some videos just won't call for a lot of tags. Like shorts. I make a lot of shorts and I just don't put a lot of tags. There's not a lot to say about them. Sometimes there's visually hilarious things, you know, and there's not a lot to say, and that's okay. So that card, if it's the one I'm thinking of, is to keep you kind of honest. All right. Think of it as a checklist, just something to remind you. Okay, this was a question I saw earlier. Alexander asks, have you figured out a method for consistent success with YouTube Shorts? All right, I wanted to talk about this because the short answer is no. I don't know a method for consistent success that I could pass on to all of you as a blanket statement and say, guys, obviously we all need to do this and all of our shorts will get millions of views. Doesn't work like that. Never has on YouTube. It can be frustrating that I don't have a clear answer. However, I have been testing shorts a lot, and I do have some opinions on this. So I have my channel that a lot of you know about, the Vortac Gaming channel. A lot of you have seen me talk about it in different videos and things like that, and you've seen me test different things on there. I'm using that channel to test shorts. I also have another channel I'm not telling anyone about right now because I'm just trying to keep the data clean, and I'm testing shorts on there too. Just a totally different channel. And what this channel is teaching me is that I'm keeping it focused on gaming. So I've only just started it, but I'm learning that even a brand new channel can get success in shorts. Now, without revealing too much about it, the shorts on that channel that do well seem to be the ones that are the most simple. I'm also finding that the ones where I don't speak, I don't get on mic, are also doing well. And it's because shorts, think about who shorts are for. Think about TikTok, right? The trendiest videos on TikTok are always something that's visually entertaining. Yes, we listen to it because there's some music or maybe someone screams at something, you know, maybe there's a reason to listen to it. I'm not saying they should be soundless, but they're not like a normal YouTube video where we sit here and we say, hey guys, I'm Bob and today I'm in Minecraft doing this thing. Shorts are for people who are just scrolling through different content, and you want them to stop scrolling through that content because instantly something entertaining is happening. You know, oh boy, I better watch all 30 seconds of this because something's about to go down. So Shorts is a different platform within YouTube, and it's something that we as I'll call us traditional content creators, it's something we need to kind of conform to if we want to participate in that platform. So the shorts I've done that have done really well have been either really valuable, like they're showing somebody something very interesting, or in my case for gaming, just something that teaches you about maybe a thing you've wondered for a long time, or something that's just downright funny. Like I had a hilarious moment in a game I was playing, and I made like a really short video out of it, like a 30-second video, and kaboom, hits the shelf, gets thousands and thousands of views, and I'm like, thought so. Because my theory with shorts is that, again, it's quality over quantity, like anything, but I'm trying to appeal to an audience that I know has the shortest attention span of any audience on YouTube. People who are watching shorts, you know how easy it is to close a short? That's it. Whoop, one swipe of the finger and you're on to the next video. And is that video from you? Hopefully, but probably not. So keep in mind who shorts are going out to. Also keep in mind that not every channel can really make use of this. Some channels just aren't cut out for that type of content, and that's okay. We don't all have to use shorts. So I hope that kind of answers your question. Quality over quantity. Make it about something really quick and interesting, funny. If you're going to teach someone something, do it very, very quickly. Try and make it as short as possible. If you take up the entire minute, and I've done this too because I'm always like coming up with ideas, and I realize I'm on, oh crud, my video is a minute 10 seconds. Now I'm already over time, and now I'm like shortening till it's right at where it needs to be. And I have found that every time I do that, those videos do fine, but they don't do what some of these other ones are doing. So remember who the audience is. Think every time you're about to post a short, remember, like think very clearly who it's going out to. Who is this for? Always ask yourself that with anything you make, but especially shorts. Who is this for? All right. So I'm seeing a lot of spam getting hidden and all that. Thank you so much, moderators. Okay. Alan's point. Question. What do you think about hashtags before relevant words on titles specifically? I should have read this question before answering it because I'm having to sit here and think about what you mean. Hashtags before relevant words on titles. I wouldn't put anything irrelevant in my title if that's what you mean. But I need to better... Can you give me more of an example? Let's see what we got here. So, Stick Coach, I have only very few subs. Any reasons why it's not increasing? How many months will it take to reach 1K subs? So, Stick Coach, I want to say you're asking the wrong question. The only reason you're not getting more subscribers isn't because you have to wait. It's not like it's a matter of time. Something about your content isn't reaching people. So you're not giving your content all the tools it can get so you can reach that 1,000 subscribers. Go back when we're done here at the Q&A. Watch the training if you missed any parts of it. Take some serious notes and try to understand what you could do to give your content all the tools it needs to get out to the right people. A lot of questions about keywords today. A lot of people are really hung up on keywords and keyword phrases. Let's see. I've talked a lot about those. Okay, so Cruel, I think we've talked to you earlier. So follow-up. I have struggled a lot finding a specific niche, but I'm trying to do game shows and competitions with other YouTubers. Okay, so that's interesting. I guess I got to ask you this, and I'm genuinely asking. I don't know this. Is there a demand for that content? Are you following a model that's kind of already set, or are you trying to, I don't want to say reinvent the wheel. I want people to be original on their channels. It's just hard to start from zero with an idea that is so unique, no one's searching for it. You know what I mean? Like, your hope for growth is to get really lucky one day and have one of your videos go viral for some reason. And that could be really tough. So if you're collaborating with other YouTubers that are established and they share your videos, I've seen people grow like that. We've seen that time and time again, where a big creator will do something with a smaller creator, and that's how everyone learns about them. And now suddenly that video was so unique. Has anyone else done anything like that? And people are searching out there for it. So you might want to start smaller and work your way up to those more niche topics. And I don't, again, without knowing exactly what you do in your channel, it's hard for me to like give you an example of what that might look like, but maybe that's helped you a little bit. All right. So we have one here from Breast Cancer Sip and Chat with Queen Bee. I checked my vidIQ. I do not have any subscriptions. Does this mean I have the free version? FYI, I did get a greeting when I went to vidIQ, like I did subscribe. Thank you. So you don't have any subscriptions. I think your question is just a technical vidIQ question, but without being able to see what you're referring to, it's hard for me to answer. I would recommend hitting up our support team, and they get questions like that all the time, and they're more equipped to assist you with that. But yeah, it's without seeing what you're referring to, it's really hard for me to answer that, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Support@vidIQ.com is what you want. Aim small, frag high. Question: what's the best way to improve your impression click-through rate? So basically, what this boils down to, again, is thumbnails and titles. Those are the two most important things for any video. If you're getting a low, let's say you're getting impressions, but lots of people aren't clicking on your video, it's likely because you're not making good enough thumbnails, or your titles, just something about them isn't speaking to the people looking for that content. What you can do to improve that is research folks in your actual niche and figure out the thumbnails they're making and the titles they're using that are getting really high impressions and they have good views. So we'll do this in channel audits a lot, where we come across like a Call of Duty channel and we're like, wow, you have a lot of videos, but your thumbnails could be a little bit better. And so what we do is we search for Call of Duty while we're streaming, and we say, okay, look at all the videos that surfaced when we type in these keywords that are related to your channel. Look at how nice these thumbnails are. You know, you need to make thumbnails of this caliber. You look at the topics they're covering. You need to cover topics in this kind of way. So if you make a Call of Duty video that's just Call of Duty headshots, not only is that title not really searchable, but maybe so many people have done it, you're competing with a ton of folks. Instead, the videos that do pop up might be the best weapons in Call of Duty to get headshots. I don't play the game anymore, so I just don't know a good example off the top of my head, but you know what I mean. You want to be making sure your videos are valuable and they stand out. We have a tool that was shown in the training. Be sure to go back and watch, where it's a thumbnail preview tool. So you can type in the keyword phrase you're hoping to rank for, and it's going to show you what your thumbnail looks like alongside all these other thumbnails. And you can look at it, and you got to be kind of judgmental on yourself, and you got to say, listen, me, did I do good enough here? Is this thumbnail colorful enough? Is it punchy enough? Is it really standing out to me against all these other thumbnails? And if your honest answer to yourself is no, try to learn how to make a better thumbnail. It takes some time. It's going to take a time investment. All right, I'm going to jump to the present here. Okay, Anime Hub asks, why one of my short videos with 80% audience retention got 4.4 thousand views, but another one with better audience retention, 146%, where did the question go? Oh, man. I'm guessing you were about to say, oh, here we go. Got only 30 views after a month. It happened twice. The short answer here is that YouTube is still testing shorts, and there's no good answer. There's no good reason for that. I couldn't tell you why that would happen. I've had very similar things happen, and it can be very frustrating. And even a month from now, that video you're referring to, you could pop onto your channel one day and find, where did 10,000 extra views come from? And it was that video. And that's happened too. So it's because YouTube is still testing it. YouTube is still training their AI, training their algorithms. And to me, what I see YouTube doing, you know, a lot of us who have made shorts have probably seen this. You know, the video does nothing and then spikes at like a 90-degree angle for like an hour and then does nothing again. The theory behind that, for me anyway, is that YouTube tested your video. And when it was out there, alongside maybe similar videos, it just didn't do as well. People maybe clicked off, or maybe they didn't click on it in the first place for some reason. The more time that goes by, the more the AI is going to learn. And it's going to, shorts, I think, are eventually going to look a lot more consistent. It's not going to be this weird spiky mess we've got going on now. It's not going to stay like that forever. By the end of the year, I'm pretty sure shorts are going to have a stronger hold within the YouTube algorithm, and they'll be going to the right people, and the metrics won't look as crazy. Oof, I should have grabbed a bottle of water. I did not. Let's see. Okay, so Chris Cowley asks, what's a good level of subscribers to start testing live streams? That's a good question. To test live streams. So maybe don't base it off the number itself of subscribers. Maybe look at, I've never thought of this for myself. This is just something I started doing with streaming. How engaged is your community on any given video? You know, do you get a lot of comments? You know, individually on those videos, do you get a lot of views? And are you noticing the same names over and over again? If you're building a community of people and you're starting to recognize them, I mean, I guess I'll say this, there's no wrong time to test out anything. Test anything, you know, at least once, see how it does. But yeah, I don't think it depends on the amount of subscribers you have. It kind of depends on the channel, your plan. We have 750 plus thousand subscribers on this channel, and there are 150 people here. Are we doing, you know, is that a bad thing? That's a lot of people, you know, and there's people coming and going all day too. Don't forget that. There's concurrent viewers, but then after the end of the stream, we might have had thousands of people in here just at different times. So it's totally worth doing this for us. So let's say you have 1,000 subscribers, maybe 10 of them show up concurrently to your live stream. Not a bad thing. yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling about it because I've never really thought of it like that. I don't, maybe, and maybe I should be, but I don't think so. I think that if you feel like it's time to do a live stream, you have an idea for one, do a live stream. Get back to us. Let us know how it went. All right. Okay, so Flaming Shane would like to know, I'm only doing shorts now to build a community. It's working fine. Please give me some tips on how to pivot to long form content and also streams without giving a sudden jerk to my audience. Well, you say that you're building a community with these shorts, right? And if you're noticing that, again, like I just said, the same people commenting and people that are excited and they're getting to know you. Again, test anything. Try a long video. It won't be this jarring experience that your viewers will be like, like, what is happening? I usually watch these 30-second videos and now there's a 5-minute video. What's going on? You know, it's not, no one's gonna react like that. So make a long form video. Don't make it too long. So you're making 30-second, minute-long shorts. Start with a 5-minute video. See how it does. Not a huge time commitment, a little more editing. You know, give it a nice thumbnail. And if it does well, if the response is good, the retention's good and everything you learn from it, make an 8-minute video, make a 10-minute video. And same with live streams. Schedule it out about 24 hours in advance, maybe more, and hype it up a little bit in a short, maybe like do something funny in your short. And then at the end of it, go, by the way, I'm streaming next week. See you then. Don't spend the whole time advertising for it. But let that community know you're starting to do other things, you know, on this channel I keep teasing you guys about that I'm not telling anyone about. I'm thinking like one day, what if I want to do a live stream on it? That's not a short at all, you know? To me, I don't know when that will be. And it's not because of the amount of subscribers. It's just because of the time I have in my regular life. You know, the live streams take a long time. So at one point or another, I'll probably test it because I want to know if I'm building a community, if I'm getting hundreds of subscribers coming in, how many of them care about a live stream? I won't know that unless I do one. So kind of similar to the last question. Hopefully that helps you guys though. Let's see, we're getting a lot here that I'm missing. Okay, so we got a question from one of our moderators, DCU Studios. I take the funniest moment from a long video and make a short. Will that affect YouTube monetization because the guidelines say don't re-upload content? The guidelines there, and I got to go back and I want to say this, but I'm caveat it with like I don't have it in front of me, so forgive me. I think the context of don't re-upload content is don't re-upload other people's content. You're not allowed to take other people's content. That's your content, though. You're absolutely allowed to do whatever you want. You can take one video and upload it a dozen times to your channel. You're not breaking any terms of service. You're just not doing yourself any favors. I think it's a good idea to take clips from longer videos and make them into shorts if something funny happened. I do this with my live streams. If something funny happens in a live stream and I have the time, I'll try to cut it into a funny short because why not? Maybe 600 people saw my live stream once it was over. But I know if I make this a short, 1,000 additional people could see it. So I'm going to do that because something funny happened and I think people will get something out of it. So yeah, don't be afraid of that at all. You are very welcome, DCU. Thank you for helping us moderate. Okay. So Nor asks how to get subscribers faster. Started a month and a half ago. Only have 21 subscribers. A month and a half ago and 21 people subscribing to you is not bad at all. I wouldn't say only. That's a good number. And again, going back to what I said earlier, be sure to watch this training. Be sure to take good notes because that's literally what we did. What Liron set up for you guys was a way for you to get more subscribers. There is no one thing I can say for you or any of you that's going to be, oh, why didn't I think of that? Of course, that's how you get more subscribers because that's not how YouTube works. That's not how it's ever worked. Maybe when it first started in their AI, it wasn't really robust at all. And, you know, people were back when YouTube was first getting going, people just put Justin Bieber in their tags and that was all they needed to do. Those days are long over. There is no tip in the world I could give you that's like, you need to be doing this particular one thing and that's going to be your secret. It doesn't work like that. So hopefully, I know that's a frustrating answer for a lot of people, but that's why we do these sessions. That's why we sit here and do this training. All right. And the same for the question right after it was, how do I get 1K views really easy? It's the same thing. Quality over quantity. Go back and watch the training, all that stuff. If you guys are asking questions about, and I'm not trying to scold you right now, but if you guys are asking questions about how do I get more views, how do I get more subscribers, I can't really say, because the training, which was about 40 minutes, went over that exact thing. But it takes that long to explain this stuff. You know what I mean? And make sure not to spam us, please. Someone is claiming they've talked to support themselves not to re-upload the same content. Keep in mind, what I said was, if you're taking long-form videos and making them into shorts, people do that all the time. Totally not a problem. I did say you could take the same video, upload it 12 times. I don't know why that would lose YouTube partner support. I'll have to look. I did say I didn't have it in front of me too, so forgive me if I am wrong about that. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into the weeds with you right now. Better focus on the game. Question for G24 Gaming. Is it better to focus on a game that may or may not be popular in the future, or try to focus on currently popular games? Yeah, I would say it's better to focus on games that are, currently popular. However, if you're, so let's say there's a huge game release, right? Something everyone's excited for. Maybe like, off the top of my head, like Red Dead Redemption. We all knew that was coming out, and there was a previous Red Dead Redemption. So we've seen people very successfully start channels where they are just dedicated to Red Dead Redemption 2 before the game even launches. And at first, you might not get a lot of views because it's not top of mind. But those videos might become relevant because you got there first. You know what I mean? So if we're talking about games that will be popular, if you're making a safe bet on a game, yes. But if you're taking, like my Mechanica example from earlier, like, this game is popular right now, I think it'll get more popular. You make a bet and you play it and play it and play it, and it doesn't pan out in the end, don't be afraid to pivot to something else, because that can happen too. Some games might have a lot of potential, but just never reach that tipping point where they're suddenly like really popular for a good year or two, Okay, so Reno asks, I'm making games content, news, updates, etc., and I get more audience when I make giveaways. How do people believe my giveaways are real? How to make people... Whoa. How do you make people believe your giveaways are real? Are you doing fake giveaways? I'll just disregard that. I don't want to know. What I will say is that you shouldn't grow a channel with giveaways. Yes, of course you're going to get more views when you're giving something away. Don't deceive people. We want to talk about YouTube, terms of service. Don't do that. But don't do giveaways to grow your channel. I can't stress that enough. It's okay to give something to your audience. I'm not saying never give something. If you want to and you can, but don't grow your channel with giveaways. All you're doing is telling people, hey guys, if you subscribe to me, I'm going to potentially give you this thing. Of course they're going to subscribe. You're giving away a guitar, like something amazing. And then they're never going to watch your videos again, ever, 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 ever. You're not growing your channel. You're making your subscriber count go up almost artificially. And you're going to never get views from that. Every video you post after that's just going to sit there. You're going to be like, well, I have 200 subscribers. What's going on? You have 200 people who wanted something once. That's what you have. Don't grow your channels with giveaways. I was very impassioned, but I'm very serious about that. All right. So someone is asking, I can't read your name, but why do my hack videos get age restrictions on YouTube? Without seeing them, I don't know. I wouldn't know why that is, but also hack videos can be a little bit dicey when we're talking about terms of service. Like I know Twitch, for example, doesn't allow any of that because like Twitch also hosts like a lot of esports events and things like that. So that could be part of it. Brush up on YouTube terms of service, as I apparently need to, and make sure you're not making content that is against the rules. Please don't spam your questions, guys. If you ask it, give us a little bit before we post it again, please. Okay, we have one from Mashup Guys. One of my videos just doing well, getting about 100 views an hour, and was appearing at the top page for many keywords, but suddenly the video was not available even at the end of that search. So the video was doing good, and then suddenly, I don't know, it just stopped. Are you referring to a short? Because this seems like something a short would do. It also could be that the video was about something that was really popular for a few days, and now it's just not. Not, you know, when a video hits like a stride and keeps getting like a consistent level of views, it's not guaranteed that it's always going to be there. If we go back and look at the making a map short that I did, it did nothing. Then it did a ton of stuff. I got hundreds of thousands of views, and then eventually it bottomed out to nothing again after I got like 800,000 views. I'm like, what happened? Sometimes that just happens. Sometimes maybe somebody else made a better version of that video and it knocked me out of contention, you know? So it could be any number of things. Still seeing a lot of spam questions. I won't be answering your question if you guys post it like 3 times in a row, just so you know. From Science Plays. I can't get my thing to stop scrolling. What's the best way to promote channels without being annoying in people's comment sections or starting fresh on new social media platform? You've kind of answered your question for you. So the question is, how do you promote your channel without going into people's comments and saying, watch my channel? This is akin to sub for sub. You know what I mean? Like it's really poor etiquette to go into someone's channel, whether they're streaming or making a video, and say, hey, look at my video. Very poor etiquette. That's no way to build a channel or relationships with your fellow creators. So never do that. Take the advice we've given in this training, for example, and try and learn from that. Make valuable content. That's the best way to promote your channel. Make content that people are searching for, especially when you're starting from zero, whether it's on YouTube or any social platform. Make content that is valuable. Here's another personal example. On Twitter, I have 2 Twitters. I have one for a gaming channel, and I have one here for not for vidIQ, but just for a personal channel, not about my gaming channel. Guess which channel does better? The one where I provide the most value. My gaming channel, Twitter, is me posting, hey guys, I made a new video. Hey, me. Those tweets don't get any interactions. But when I say, hey, people who follow me on the other Twitter account, what is your goal for 2021? I get replies. If I make a poll and I ask a question about my audience, I get responses to that poll. People vote on it. I need to, as a smaller Twitter user, if I want to get people to care about anything I want to self-promote, first I gotta give a little bit, you know? I gotta provide some kind of value, ask an interesting question, or give a tip that they may not have known before. So that's how it works on Twitter, anywhere. So on YouTube, make content that people are searching for. That's how to grow. Let's see here. Do shorts watch time count in the 4,000 hours? They do not, Mr. Mine. We've made a lot of videos on that actually, and it can be very frustrating, but no, they do not. Maybe in the future, who can say, because shorts change all the time, but right now they do not. Do the end screens on shorts show up in the short shelf, or is that only for people watching on your page? Is it worth putting an end screen? I was putting end screens on my shorts because I know on regular YouTube they'll show up, but I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure, they don't show up while people are watching on their phones on the short shelf. It doesn't hurt anything to do it, but the majority of your views probably won't be coming from native YouTube, so you don't have to. What I do is I link a playlist card, and I don't even think the cards show up, but I do it anyway just to kind of hopefully tell YouTube, hey, this short is related to all of these other shorts. You know, I try to do that any way I can. So if you have the time and you feel like it, do it. Doesn't hurt anything. Hello to everybody saying hello to me. Appreciate that. Seeing another question about how to grow. Please watch the training. Please go back and watch all of the different tips and advice that were given today, because that was what it was all about. If you follow that advice, you will make a difference on your channel. You will see some growth. Okay, I got a question that I lost immediately. Never mind. Oh, here we go. Just entertainment. I've got 100 fake subs in the start, but now I've grown the channel to 290 subs. Should I start a new channel or keep going? Are the fake subs affecting my channel badly? So I'm assuming you mean you bought 100 subscribers, but now you're actually like growing your channel organically. I don't really like, basically what you're telling me is you broke YouTube terms of service, and all I should say is shame on you for doing that. But I don't know is the answer. I don't know. You could keep going and just tell yourself, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I won't do it again. And could you get caught one day? I don't know how that works on YouTube. I know it's against the rules. I know I would never do it. We're talking about we're talking about 190 additional people. If you want to make a new channel, if you're worried about it, make a video and tell people, hey guys, I'm kind of rebranding, I'm pivoting, come join my new channel. Don't do sub for sub. Don't buy subs. We don't say that because we want to see you guys not get subs. We say it because we want to see you guys stay on YouTube and not get yourselves banned. And also, how many views did you get from those 100 subscribers? Probably none, because they were fake, just air. If you were to do that to 100,000 subscribers, you'd likely get caught and you get your channel banned and you wouldn't get a play button. So don't do that. If you're going to spend money on a new microphone, spend money on buying a new game that you're going to cover on your channel, like for indefinitely, like invest in your channel in those helpful ways. All right. I don't want to sit here and soapbox on you guys all day. Best tips to promote through Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. Make that secondary, I would say. So if you make content, let's say you make content and you're a programmer, you got to kind of figure out where those people are hanging out. No one who's on a subreddit for something likes it when someone comes in and just promotes their content. But if you have a video that can literally answer a question someone's asking on a Reddit post, that might be an appropriate time to timestamp the link and send them, hey, I did a video on this. I'm not trying to self-promote, but it does answer your question in a really nice way. So if you're looking for it, I've timestamped it for you. Here's the link. And hopefully the moderators will see what you're doing and they won't get upset with you. Be careful about that kind of stuff. I know it's tempting because these are big platforms with a lot of people, but no one likes. That's why there's a rule in every single one where you're not allowed to self-promote, because no one's there for that. You know what I mean? SVE Bartender. I think I remember your channel. I think we've audited it before. I remember your thumbnails and or banner were really nice. Because of my channel niche, I could do short videos only. Should I? Or should I post landscape videos also? I know I'm not a bartending channel. I'm a gaming channel in my personal life. And I'm doing both when I can. I'm not really doing any long form content right now because I don't have time. But I do live streams and I do shorts, and it doesn't hurt anything, certainly. I think as a bartender, if you were to make really visually appealing shorts, that would be amazing. There's a lot of really cool visual stuff you can do in that niche, and I think you should absolutely do it. Should you start a separate channel to do it? Should you mix it in with landscape videos? That's up to you. That's totally up to you. It's way too soon to tell the pros and cons of that. I'm testing out a shorts channel right now, and I have a channel where I mix it up. And I have not noticed any negative effects. I've gained a lot of subscribers from my shorts, and I've gone into that with the understanding that for some reason, people who subscribe from shorts have a less chance of coming back to my channel. That's just how it is. When I post a long form video, it doesn't get the kind of views the shorts gets. Considering all the subscribers, you'd think that would change, but I really haven't seen. My live streams, my concurrent viewership has gone up a little bit, but so it's kind of up to you. Do you want to stress about that? I wouldn't, I would just try it. Like, I'd be very interested to see. I got to remember to go check that out if you do that, because I'd be very interested to see what you do with that kind of platform. Sorry, I'm just looking for my next question. Okay, mixed awesomeness. I make Minecraft content for YouTube Shorts. Should I make a video in vertical fashion, or should I make it in horizontal fashion with black bars? Well, and I know people are testing that. Think of the viewer. It's less work for you to take a vertical or a horizontal video and put it in a vertical format with giant black bars. But if you're a viewer, is that the best experience? If you're watching a video like that, are you more likely to swipe away from it? I think the answer is yes. So at worst, I would do square videos. I've tested those a lot. They seem to do just as well as my completely vertical shorts. And I get to show more. I have the width of the screen to work with more. And it still takes up a fair amount of real estate on a viewer's phone, so they don't feel like this experience isn't for me. This is too small. That's what a horizontal video looks like in a vertical format. It's too small. So you're going to need to do it for your audience. It is more work, but once you kind of get down a rhythm in your editing, it's not that bad. All right. Ronith R. Can you grow with Fortnite content like someone does? I don't know who that is. Like he does gameplay with commentary. Well, so I think what your question boils down to is, hey, Fortnite's really competitive. Can I still grow with just doing simple gameplay content? I don't want to say no outright, but no. You want to make you have to stand out, and it's hard because that space is very, very crowded, as is Minecraft, as is Roblox. So what can you bring to the Fortnite audience that they don't really have a lot of? Can you give tips on the best places to hide on a map while you're, I don't play Fortnite, you're about to learn, while you're, trying to stalk your enemies? Maybe the best weapons, the best skins, review stuff, give your opinion, bring your opinion to the table. But if it's just you playing Fortnite, you're in this massive sea of people doing the same exact thing. Okay, DMCK Productions. I'm making a brand new channel. Should I make my first couple of videos a short to build an audience before I make longer videos? As it would mean, I already built an audience. That's an interesting take on it. I mean, try it. You might want to do both for your first two videos. Make a short and make a long, as I call it, hashtag long. Make a normal video, because if you're going to build a channel that will eventually host a slew of long videos, you want to kind of give people an idea of just how much diversity your content has. So if they subscribe, they can go to your channel and see the other stuff you've done. Like, let's say your first 10 subscribers come in from just a couple of shorts. That might not be a clear understanding for them. But if you have a channel trailer that's in horizontal format and explains what your channel's about, and then you have 2 shorts and then 2 regular horizontal long videos, they get a better picture. You want to maybe upload daily in that first week. We tell that to a lot of people, like upload like your first 5 videos almost all at once, but not all at once. I would separate them by about 24 hours a piece, but upload your videos and give people who just subscribe to you, even if you're not going to be a daily uploader, just get them all out and then give people that nice broad understanding. I don't think it matters if you do a short first or a long first, but yeah, that would be my advice to you. Lagging Productions asks, I have an average 10% CTR and my audience retention is frequently over 50%, but I'm not getting views. Is there anything I should fix? Maybe make something else. Maybe. I don't know. Lagging Productions, I'm just not sure what you make based off your channel name alone. So it's hard for me to say, oh, well, you make that kind of content? Yikes. It's not like that. I think that, yeah, you got to do some self-analyzing there and see. I like to look at my retention graphs too, and you already mentioned your retention's over 50%. It could be better. Look at your retention graph and see the points in which it dips down and try and figure out, what was I saying right there? Did I sound like I was going to end the video? Because I didn't, but people left anyway, so you can analyze like that. And then do some research on your topic, on your niche. Were you covering a trend that's no longer a trend, for example? The Game Time is asking, when I upload a video, I only get 100 to 200 views and 15% click through and 20% view duration. And YouTube's saying that people in YouTube are choosing to watch my videos. Is that real? People, 100 to 200 people are certainly choosing to watch your videos. That is real. That's the thing that is happening to you. Congrats. As for your 20% view duration, I would look to improve that. You want to be closer to 50% and then go up from there. So if you're at 20%, I imagine your retention graph, if this is 100%, I imagine it looks like this and then dips back down. And you don't want that. And a lot of retention graphs look like that. So your intro might be too long, or your audio quality might not be up to par with what people are expecting. And so they hear the grainy, cruddy microphone and they're like, can't watch this, It could be any number of things, but you want to get that retention up for sure. 20% is not where you want to be. All right, what do we got? Number of 4 asks, my channel already has 4,000 subscribers. Congrats, that's awesome. Suddenly, I didn't upload any videos on my channel for 3 years. Now I upload a video, but it doesn't get any views. What do I do? So let's assume, number of 4, that your content today isn't dissimilar to your content from 3 years ago. Could it be that the content from 3 years ago was popular 3 years ago, and now it's not? Possibly. What if it's Minecraft? Minecraft's still popular. Well, people may have moved on. 4,000 of them were there, and now barely any have stuck around because you stopped uploading. So they've filled that time in their day with someone else's content. It could be that simple. And yes, it's cool. You still have 4,000 subscribers. I wouldn't start a new channel over it. I got to start over. That number needs to be more accurate. Maybe that's still 4,000 people. Maybe as you start uploading again, they'll see you pop up in their home feed or their sub box, and they'll go, oh yeah, number of 4. I used to watch them all the time. And they'll come back and check you out. Sometimes people come to my channel like that. They're like, I used to watch you 5 years ago. I've been doing this for a long time. And I'm always kind of like, cool, thanks for making me feel super old on a perfectly good Wednesday afternoon. Thanks. But yeah, and this might be a really good opportunity for you to pivot. If you were thinking, I used to make Minecraft content, but I want to make YouTube videos again. I just don't want it to be that. Well, that seems like license to pivot to me. So start doing some more research in your particular niche and in the things you're interested in, and just get cracking. I stopped doing YouTube several times, and I came back to less views on any given video. And I didn't let it slow me down. All right, that is what it is. I was at about 16,000 subscribers. I came back to YouTube, and my videos they used to get several hundred to 1,000 views, and then they were getting maybe 100 views. I'm like, well, I did stop, but I got it back up eventually. I got more subscribers. Some people came back. So it also depends on what you're doing. Simple Smoothie says, question, I have a smoothie bowl channel, and I feel like I'm just making the same video with a different flavor each week. Any tips to make the videos different? Not without fully understanding your niche, but so you're making the same smoothies. They might be a different color, and you're using a few different ingredients. What else do you do with smoothies, I guess? Maybe you could test a live stream where you show people the process in real time, but like I'm doing with you guys right now, you take questions from your audience. Could be a really fun way to kind of introduce yourself to your existing audience. You could try shorts if you're not already. So you could try to just package your content differently, but it's still the same content. People like your content though, right? Like the people who are coming back for more, you're like, I'm making the same video over and over. What's going on? But people like it. There's something about it they enjoy, and maybe they're getting more out of it than you think. So don't do anything too radical. I would say keep doing what you're doing if it's working, and test something in addition to it. Don't get rid of those videos in place of something else. Put out your regular smoothie content, and then if you decide I'm going to do a smoothie challenge video where I have my friend, drink the smoothie as fast as they can, like still smoothie content, totally different from what you were doing. So don't, we talked about earlier about jarring your audience. That could be a symptom of, or that could be what that looks like when you just replace something that worked with something else. So do it in addition, test different things. We call it A/B testing, right? You made a regular smoothie video and now you made this new kind of smoothie video. Which one performed better, Hope that helps. See, Bruhify is here. Been talking about their channel quite a bit. Welcome. General questions about getting recommended and more views and things like that. I'll always say go back to the training. Be sure you watch that and take good notes. Please don't copy and paste your questions over and over and over again. So Ron is asking, can I make Fortnite commentary that is unique from others and entertaining, kind of like Laserbeam does? I wouldn't suggest anything else. Yeah, I don't. Okay, here's what I'm gonna say to Ronith and anyone else asking a question like that. And I'm not angry. I know it kind of came off as stern. Let me pump the brakes a little bit. Here's my answer to someone who's saying, can I make content like this? What you're asking me feels like permission. I want this vidIQ guy to give me permission to do this, because if they tell me I can do it, then and there's someone who understands YouTube really well, obviously it's the right thing to do. But we all have different experiences. Every creator at vidIQ has a totally different YouTube experience than other creators in the company. Like Rob started a vidIQ Shorts channel, and he's tried a bunch of shorts on there. And then I put shorts on my personal gaming channel, and my shorts have done a lot better than his shorts. I would argue that Rob has been doing this longer than me, but I'm just doing it a different way, and I have a totally different experience. You never want to get into this trap of like, I want to try this thing, but I just need a little bit of validation first. Just try it. Test everything. If you're going along on YouTube and you're not getting the results you want, but you're also not testing things because people aren't giving you that permission to do it, you're never going to grow. Don't worry about what Dan at vidIQ said was okay to do. Just try it. If you think it'll work, absolutely try it. Going on to the next question. Got a little bit more time. Okay, so, here we go. Big Dan asks, can a small gaming channel grow with playing multiple different games and being comedic based on all videos? I feel like you're trying this. This feels like it was so directed at me because I always tell people to play one game, and you've named yourself Big Dan. No, so a small channel playing lots of different games is going to have a very, very difficult time growing, only because you're starting out YouTube not focused at all. Especially if your games aren't even like one another, like they're part of different genres. I'm not saying they aren't. You're going to struggle a lot. When I first started gaming on YouTube, that's what I did. I would try one game and another one would come out that I was really excited about. I'm going to do 2 series at once. I'm going to do 2 of these games. Well, guess what? The quality of the videos on both series dropped. I was able to upload less of them. The editing was more hastily slapped together. It's because I'm started spreading myself too thin. When you play a new game, you're basically splitting your focus. And I'm not talking about your YouTube algorithmic focus. I'm talking about your literal day-to-day life focus. So much of YouTube is like your own personal mental health and well-being. And if you keep splitting your attention, you're going to burn out because your videos aren't going to do what you want them to do. Additionally, I say this to people who upload daily too. They're like, I'm uploading every single day, but I'm not growing. Well, you're giving yourself less time to make one video of very high quality, and you're making 5 videos of very low quality. And not low quality because you're bad or anything, but low quality because there's only so much time in a day. There's only so much time to research each video, to make a good thumbnail for each video, to edit each video to the best of your ability. So don't split your focus so much. If you want to be a gaming channel that plays lots of different games, at the very, very least, they should be of the same genre. And at the very, very least, you should start with one of them and pivot after a bit. I gave an example earlier about a game called Mechanica. When I was playing Mechanica on my what is now a Minecraft channel, I played it until A, I burnt out, or B, the game just wasn't being searched anymore. And then I pivoted to a new game. That was the point in which I became a variety channel in that case. I was playing one game, it stopped being popular, and I pivoted. I pivoted to a very similar game, Minecraft, and I lost a lot of viewers. My mechanic audience was like, hey, when's the next Mechanica video? And I said, no, that didn't go over well. They left, and I don't blame them. Some of them stayed though. I'm seeing names in my comments of people who liked my stuff. They liked me and they stayed. But I now have a number of my subscribers that don't intend on coming back until I go back to that game. That is another challenge you're going to need to be okay with as a channel that's going to pivot so much. So that was a very long answer. I'm very passionate about that subject because I have literal firsthand experience with it. And in answering any of your questions, like, I like to go in depth because I know there are a lot of you out there asking similar questions, or maybe that answer is still helpful to you. You weren't going to ask that, but oh, that actually does apply to me. So I do like to go in depth with you guys, but I do understand there's a lot of different types of channels here. Elizabeth and Adel, oh boy, I'm sorry. Elizabeth asks question. Sorry. Should you ever delete a video that's unsuccessful? The only time I delete a video is, I don't know. I guess for me, I actually unlisted a lot of my old content. I didn't delete it because that literally messes up, like, especially for, you'll notice with vidIQ tools, like, it confuses everything. It messes up all of your analytics. I would never delete content. I would unlist it. I did it because I thought of the audience coming to my channel and exploring it. And they would go, look at this series this guy did forever ago. And I would look at it and go, well, not only is it not getting any views anymore, but it also just makes my channel look more crazy, you know, because I was this game that it never went anywhere or whatever. So it's kind of up to you. If a video is unsuccessful, I wouldn't delete it. Keep it up there. Maybe one day someone will search for that topic and you'll be there. There's any number of reasons why someone would do that, so it's kind of hard to answer. As are most questions. Okay, so Bursor asks, I hear on vidIQ saying staying on focus, just one game or a category. But what is your opinion about reviews and guides and gaming channels? Yeah, totally different type of gaming channel, right? So you're a channel that reviews games. You're like, I can't play one game. I review 20, there's 20 games a month. What am I supposed to do? Stick to your topic then. Don't I would say the opposite for you. Don't ever review a game and then do a let's play on it, because that's going to distract you from reviewing other games. The problem for you is that, and this might not be a problem for you, you need to be on the cutting edge, because you know who's going to review those games before you. IGN and Kotaku and all these big media companies that get the games early before you could possibly ever hope to get them. That's what you want to eventually get to that point. You want to get that media credibility where developers send you games early. You may get there, but in the meantime, I would say this is my advice to you. Review games that are of an appropriate size. Now, what do I mean by appropriate size? Review games that are smaller. So if you're a smaller YouTuber, you want to be reviewing indie games that aren't going to get a lot of attention. They're going to get some. You don't want to review games that are just like you find them so in random places of the internet. Like you're going to need to make bets on games. You're going to need to think that game has potential. Choose games like that, and that's where you start. And from there, review up to bigger and bigger titles until you hit those AAAs. And you can review Spider-Man, the day it comes out. If you don't get it early, it doesn't mean your ship is sunk. But understand that days before it comes out, everyone else is already like all over it. So you'll have that struggle, but eventually you'll have to get there. Eventually you'll have all these subscribers, but you're not quite getting those AAA titles early, and it's time to start reviewing them, and it's like, I could get more views if I got it early, but you build up to that, Question, should I give vidIQ? Absolutely. We got a 30-day free trial sitting pinned up at the top. Try out all our features for free for 30 days. Do random spam bots negatively affect your channel? I think YouTube's caught on to that. I've gotten them. I mean, it happens. Don't let it get to you. You know, it's. I think YouTube knows the difference between, like, if this live stream suddenly got 20,000 viewers out of nowhere, I would probably understand that that's a spam thing. Not worried about it. You know, they eventually go away, and YouTube is smart enough now to where they should know that that's what's happening. So Leah Vandenberg asks, how do I stand out? I play a really popular game. How do I get people to watch my videos and actually enjoy them? Any tips? Yeah, so I'm playing Minecraft. It's a really popular game. And maybe you weren't here earlier. The tip I was giving earlier today was to cover the game in ways that are just focused on value. You can totally do your Let's Plays where it's you playing the game, but ultimately, like for getting ranked in search, make content that is super, super valuable. Take your expertise about this game and teach it to people who don't have it yet. Every single day, a countless number of people pick up Minecraft for the very first time. And these are people who don't know how to tame a horse, how to make a map, like really dead simple stuff that you take for granted. So that's a good place to start. You could also do update videos and top 10 videos and things like that. That'll be a good way to start getting your numbers up, getting people to know who you are. And then you can cut in the occasional live stream or Let's Play series. Understand that will get less views, but you're building a community. Now you're engaging with these people who've subscribed to you and stuck around, Sorry, a lot of questions here. So Cody the crewmate, the Among Us reference. My channel's about professional editing. I want to edit for other channels, not too small, but how do I get connected to those people who need editors? Really come to me. This is more of a business question. Your channel's about professional video editing. I'm going to give you a radical suggestion and say consider changing your name and avatar, because I was 100% sure you were going to ask me a question about Among Us. And while I like your avatar and your name, they would be perfect for an Among Us channel. Absolutely perfect. But the first thing I'm noticing is that you're not coming off as a professional video editor. I would have never guessed that. If someone took your channel name and put it in front of me, I wouldn't have said anything else but gaming. Anything else. So that's going to be something for you to consider. And from there, building business relationships, and not really what we're talking about today, but I would say that look into some online courses about being an entrepreneur. Building up relationships, building up those connections is very, very tough. You're going to need to look for just people on different job boards looking for video editors and stuff. And you're going to get told no a whole lot more than you're going to get told yes. It's a lot. So I wish you luck. If you're starting with YouTube though, definitely make your channel, if you're a professional video editor, make sure that your name it can just be your real name, but it shouldn't be something that puts my mind in a totally different place. You know what I mean? Do the YouTube asks how much the correct category matters for on the fence kind of channel. We're a co-learning all about YouTube. Oh, we are into co-learning all about YouTube, and we have our channel in the how-to category. And that's where we have ours too. There are folks here at vidIQ who believe the categories are completely inconsequential. They just don't mean anything at all. I like to point out the gaming category means a whole lot, because you can actually tell YouTube, I'm gaming and I'm playing this specific game. Pick the category that you feel is best for you, but it is very likely of no consequence. Mashup guys asking, does getting a bit more views after 10 to 15 minutes of after 10 to 15 minutes of uploading a video play a huge role in getting more impressions as compared to views after time to time? Whoa, okay, sorry, it's kind of hard to, there's a lot in this question. I think you're asking, if you upload a video in its first 10 to 15 minutes, does it matter if you get a lot of views and stuff? So like if you have 100 subscribers, you want to know if hopefully they all watch, right? Because if they don't, is that going to affect the performance? I don't think so personally. Every time I post a video, more people who aren't subscribed to my channel that are see it. So yes, it helps to get an initial boost, but it's not a make or break. That's certainly the case. Yeah, hopefully I'm understanding your question right. So Cheesecake Yum, this is more of a technical question. How I like to play Nintendo games on my channel, mostly Mario. What capture card do you buy? At this time, the Nintendo Switch doesn't even support 4K. I say even because everyone else does. So you don't need to invest in a 4K capture card if you don't want, but I have the Elgato HD60S. Not that this is sponsored or anything, but that's what I have. It works great. So you could start there. If you haven't seen Growth for over a month, Ask Science Plays. I'm trying to go through these quick now because we are running out of time. If you haven't seen Growth for a month, time to try something new. That's what I'll tell you. Definitely time to take stock in what you have out there and try something new. Flaming Freezy says channel failed monetization because of unknown reasons. Should I be worried? I don't know about worried. It's so vague. Who knows why that would have happened. Keep applying, I guess. If it's unknown reasons, it could have been just a glitch in the matrix. You know what I mean? You could try again. Do tags really matter? I've seen small channels get thousands of views without using tags. We get this a lot. Tags don't matter as much as they used to, but don't leave them blank is our advice. Fill out that space. It is there. Any metadata you can give YouTube is not a bad thing. We have a tool built into our Chrome extension that makes putting in tags, and a lot of them really quickly, very, very easy. Spend about 5 minutes on it, but definitely put something in that box. I'm going to answer a couple more here. Octorius, one of our moderators, thanks for being here, asks, where do you see shorts headed? Oh, I get to ponder. Considering the horizontal short video and the Mr. Beast video, as well as his comments suggesting there's something big to come from these shorts. I think shorts are just going to get more and more. One, I think they're going to get more confusing before they get more explainable. And two, I think they're going to get more support behind them and from YouTube. I think YouTube is going to do more and more to compete in the short video space. At vidIQ and in other YouTube expert channels out there, we're all advising people to try this out, right? So we've given YouTube this gift of like informing people this is a thing, right? We're helping them advertise, hey, make shorts, it's awesome. So we're all collectively giving YouTube all this data. They're going to keep learning from it. And I don't know. They probably have a roadmap. They probably know different places they could put shorts, different ways they can use it. They probably have a lot of ideas, but it's going to take time for them to figure out exactly what the best way is. As for the Mr. Beast making regular looking YouTube videos that are short in length, I don't know. It does. I watched the video you're referring to from Rob, and it occurs to me that Mr. Beast, anything he does is going to do well, right? He's Mr. Beast. He's one of the biggest channels. So anything he does is going to do well. Does he know something? Maybe. Should you try to make a horizontal short to see what it does? Again, test everything and anything. Make that video as good as you make any other video, right? So give it a nice thumbnail. Put strong metadata. Give it a nice, clear description. Give it some tags. Put your end screen on it. Put your everything. Treat it like any other video, but make it 59 seconds. And try it. That's all we can do, right? So I do think shorts aren't going anywhere. I think they're here to stay. And I think they're just going to continue to get more and more relevant. I was swiping through shorts the other day. I started on a topic I actually liked. And I swiped again and it showed me another thing that I actually liked. And then it swiped again and it showed me someone dancing. And I'm like, well, this isn't really what I was looking for. Swipe again. Now I'm looking at a car video. Like, YouTube's algorithm is still figuring this all out. You know, there's multiple algorithms and there's probably one specifically for shorts that has a lot to learn. So It's going to get, that's my initial thought. It's going to get more confusing before it gets better. You are welcome, Octorius. And DCU is asking, shorts ballooned my subs up by 900%, but the views for longs, I love that it's catching on, stayed the same, and it looks like I bought subs. No, it does not. Any idea for driving them to long? And we did talk about this earlier, but no. In the world of YouTube Shorts now that we live in, it does not look like you bought subs. YouTube themselves will know that. If they look at your channel and go, well, that's fun, they're not doing that. You didn't buy your subs. No one thinks that. So don't worry about that. I just don't want you to be fixated on it. As for converting people to watch your longs, it's impossible to say. I'm going to tell you, don't make a short just for the sake of telling people, guys, I made a long. It's probably not going to be seen by those subscribers anyway. Just appreciate the fact that 900% more people know who you are, and hopefully a number of them watch your regularly uploaded content. It's kind of just the nature of the beast right now. All right, I'll answer one more question, and not how to make a thumbnail. that is a question you should type into Google. But best of luck to you. Science Plays did the hashtag last question. That was pretty cheeky. All right, I'll do it. If you have a low sub count but higher unique viewers, what could you do to make them subscribe? Well, a call to action. I don't want that to be the last question. A call to action for, hey, don't forget about subscribe button. You know, that could be one way. If you're getting a lot of unique viewers, yeah. And pay attention to your retention graph. Maybe you got a lot of viewers, but they dropped off really quick, and then that could point to not a good, strong hook on your video. You know, things like that. Let's see. Sorry, it keeps jumping on me. Can adding a call to action at the end of a short help? That's going to be the last question. All right. She Loves Kigo asks, adding a call to action, like, hey, subscribe at the end of a short, could that help? This is something I tested on my most recent Minecraft short. And as soon, I looked at the retention after a couple days, because now I have that data. As soon as it sounded like I was winding down the video, and as soon as my subscribe button animation popped on the screen, everybody left. It just dropped immediately. It was crazy. Never seen anything like it. I see it all the time. But boop. My last bit of advice for you today, other than go back and watch the training if you have questions about how to grow and all that stuff. My last bit of advice for you today is this. When you're making shorts, make them as unselfishly as you possibly can. What I mean by that is, because as we've discussed today, making a short and getting a subscriber from it, that subscriber is very, very unlikely to come back compared to a subscriber from a long. We don't know exactly why that is. So assuming that's true, and that's mostly anecdotal right now, so I didn't do a study. But assuming that's true, why hammer people with a call to action? Because all that's doing, it took the last 5 seconds of my short, and when you're talking about a minute video, that's significant. It took the last 5 seconds and dropped all my viewers. So it hurt my retention with that call to action. The most you should do with a call to action in a short, and this is what I'm going to do going forward, is a silent subscribe animation that pops up maybe in the middle of the video. Just something in the corner that blinks subscribe, or an arrow pointing at the subscribe button. That is the most I would do now, because every time I've done a call to action and looked at the graph afterwards, as soon as we get to the end and people know they're allowed to leave, they will leave. Have you ever watched a video on Twitter and somebody that, like, it's really entertaining and they're loud and something funny is happening and they cut it mid-word? That's somebody who either A, is very bad at video editing, or B, understands retention on this whole other level because you didn't have a chance to know that video was ending before it just ended on you. And if YouTube sees your retention at 100%, well, dang, everyone's sticking through this entire video. That's pretty good. I'm going to push it to more people. So make your shorts as unselfishly as you possibly can. Don't worry about getting subscribers from them. As much as we all want to see our subscriber numbers go up, worry about bringing that value to the audience. Because if you do bring them value, if they got a laugh out of you, if they got some good information from you, you don't have to tell them to subscribe. They'll do it. They will come back. They will look for more. They will go to your channel and they will find other bits of information or other hilarious videos to watch, and try and stop them from subscribing if you're that good. So that is my advice for shorts. For any video, really, don't hammer people. Like we always say, give a call to action. But when I say that, maybe I'm not being clear enough. Don't spend 5 minutes telling people to subscribe. Like, give them a reason to without saying the reason, right? What's in it for me? Don't get them to that point. Get them to subscribe by just being a genuinely helpful and or funny, like a channel that brings them that value that they were looking for. All right, cool. That is it for me. I am going to drink a lot of water now. I hope that was helpful. Very, very impassioned discussions today. And yeah, I want you guys to also, especially gaming channels out there, check out my latest video about how to start a gaming channel in 2021. If you saw the first one from last year, this one is different. I gave different bits of advice, things I didn't get to the last time, things that have changed. So if you're not watching that because you think it's the same info, please understand that I worked really hard to not make the same video again. Not that there might be a couple tidbits in there you recognize, but seriously, I put a lot into that, and I know a lot of you are gaming channels here. Rob has been doing a ton of content around shorts. He analyzes them day in and day out, and he has tons of videos on those, so please go check out those as well. We talked a lot about those today, and I know they'll be helpful to you. So I'm going to push you guys over to our YouTube channel. Check out all that stuff. If you missed the live training from earlier, rewind this after it's over. Go back and watch that. Take good notes. It tells you how to grow, how to get more subscribers, and also just how to use our tools in general. So thank you, everyone. I see a lot of people are saying bye. Thank you to our moderators for being awesome and keeping the chat in check today. And Dan says Rob wears nothing but YouTube shorts. That is an image we all have in our heads now. I will see you guys later. Have a good one. Be safe. Catch you next time.